I'm speechless right now because what I'm about to talk about, a lot of professional fighters are going to feel me. So I need everybody out here to share this. But one thing that I'm going to say first is I never knocks a man for getting his money legitimately and honestly and everything through the body of work. There's no way around this, no shape, fashion, or form. I don't care if Floyd Mayweather get mad at this or Floyd has something to say about this. I really don't care. I really don't care. Because this is the truth. And this is the honest to God truth. Now this time, I'm going in. And I'm sorry, Floyd. You my favorite fighter, bruh. But this is something I feel you shouldn't have never done. I understand you might be getting $100 million and all of this. But let me tell you something, Floyd. Let me speak to you first. And then I'm going to break everything down. This don't put no mark on your record, no shape, fashion, and form. It doesn't add to your legacy, no way. Because this dude don't have no amateur fights, no nothing. No nothing. This is just like the backyard brawl that they be doing on YouTube with the gentleman be having everybody in his backyard boxing and fighting and everything. These Paul brothers, this is, I'm so frustrated. I got to get my mind together so I can say this correctly. So y'all know, I know my stuff about boxing. Floyd, you shouldn't be doing this. This is making a mockery of the boxing game. Every professional fighter that's out there putting their life on the line where they could get killed and murdered in that ring from one punch, or one punch can make them so they can't talk no more. I salute Muhammad Ali, may his soul rest in peace. But you seen what it did to Muhammad Ali. Boxers call it punch drunk. When you can barely get your speech and everything together. Guys is out there dying. Look at Deontay Wilder. He got his skull cracked. Let's go back to when Panama Red was giving Aaron Pryor what everybody said that X bottle that supposed to have drugs and everything. Let's go back to Margarito when he cheated with the gloves. This is a dangerous sport. These guys are my apologies. These men and young men are putting their life on the line. To even get in the ring with the caliber of Floyd Mayweather, if we were in the boxing ring, you had to be at least 1 through 3 because he's the best at it. He was the world's champion. The world's champion. A 10th ranked fighter, a 15th ranked fighter, a 25th ranked fighter couldn't even get the entertainment in the ring. I'm gonna point out a lot of stuff on this one. I'm gonna even go with Canelo. Canelo told Caleb, quit overpricing yourself. He only asked for 10 million. Caleb is a world's champion with amateur background and professional real fights. This Paul brother, whatever his name is, I don't even know dude's name correctly. But he's scheduled to get $20 million? 20 million? And y'all mad at Adrian Broner because he's speaking up? Man, AB, keep speaking up, man. You got people like me that's behind you. He's a 4-time world champion. He proved to himself that he's worthy of this money. And y'all make a mockery of him because this man is asking to get paid for what he know he sells out arenas because what he do with his pit bulls? And then here's a guy that ain't fought no professional fighters, none. He fought Nate Robinson, man. Nate Robinson is a football, basketball player. He ain't had no professional boxing skills. He ain't even fought in the amateur. He ain't even tried out for the Golden Gloves. Dude, this is how y'all know I know my boxing. If Nate Robinson would join the amateurs right now, he wouldn't even be an open fighter because he ain't experienced. So the amateur boxing, the ABF, the Amateur Boxing Federation, wouldn't even allow him to fight in the open division, even though he's a grown man. To fight in the open division in amateur boxing, you gotta have at least 10 fights underneath your belt. And Floyd, man, we know you gotta get paid, but bruh, quit doing this. I'm going up underneath a tunnel in Seattle, Washington. That's why it's dark, so I'm gonna wait to talk till we get up out this other tunnel. You know, this stuff is crazy, man. Y'all Floyd, what you doing is you dumbing down boxing. Because it's cats out there, Floyd, that was willing to fight you for less money when you were fighting. And you wouldn't touch them, Floyd, because you said, who is they? They ain't bringing nothing to the table. Because he's a YouTuber? He got subscribers? He got views? But he has no professional boxing skill to be in the ring with, as we call, the greatest. Name me one top 50 fighter he beat. Everybody know this, man. Man, this dude don't even stand a chance. And I know in your defense, Floyd, you like it's free money. Man, it's free money, but it's hurting boxing. All of these fighters that's trying to make it and be world champions like you knocking them down, Floyd. So what? Adrian Broner, Tank Davis, to get a $100 million fight, man, go find the hottest YouTuber. Start some beef with him, and then get in the ring. They ain't doing that because they already know they're gonna whoop his butt. But once again, I'm not contradicting myself. I understand that this man got to pay his light bills and everything, but come on, Floyd. This dude ain't worth no $20 million. Who he beat? Who? They ain't beat no professional fighter. None. And then he gets a deal with Showtime. His brother that's not fighting Floyd gets a deal with Showtime. Do y'all know how long it takes for a professional fighter to really get somebody like Showtime to back them up? To let y'all know, Showtime and HBO was going back and forth with Floyd. HBO didn't even want to pay Floyd the money, so Floyd packed his bags up and he went to Showtime because Showtime gave him the money on his fight deals. If it was that easy for Showtime to give money, then all the fighters, the best and then the least ranked fighter, will be backed up by Showtime. Please tell me who this dude beat. Please. Tell me who this guy beat. He ain't beat nobody, nan one of them. And he get a multi-fight deal. And everybody know, if Showtime step in the picture and give you a 3-fight deal, it's in the millions. We got Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence arguing over the money as the media reports it to us. Media reported to us it was a 60-40 that Errol Spence gave to Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford said that wasn't enough money for him. It had to be 50-50. I don't know how true it is. But you see how they arguing over 10 million, 15 million, and both of these is pound for pound one of the best. You mean to tell me these Paul brothers is worth more than Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford? Like, come on. If we put them in the ring with them, the Paul brothers, y'all probably get knocked out in 22 seconds. Soon as the bell go ding, you'll be hitting the mat if you fought Bud or EJ or any one of the Charlo brothers. Man, Floyd, all of these fighters that looked up to you and the stuff you doing, and they out here trying to get paid, you shitted in their face, man. And then you helped him get a more lucrative deal than the pound for pound king. Man, this dude is getting money like what Canelo Alvarez is getting. And I'm saying this on record. I'm not a big fan of Canelo Alvarez, but Canelo Alvarez has fought enough motherfuckers to deserve some of the motherfucking money he get. In my Bernie Mac voice, he deserve every motherfucking dime he getting, because he fought Floyd, he fought Triple G twice, he fought Dana Jacobs. You know what I'm saying? So forth and so forth. So I can see Canelo asking for 20 and 30 millions a fight. You mean to tell me he better than them? He deserved more money than them without even having one professional fight. And then the killing part of this is an exhibition. You telling all the pro fighters, okay, stop going for the world titles. Start fighting exhibition. You get more money in that. And Floyd, you a promoter yourself. You know the business. They only get paid by what they do and who they fought. I can see you getting your 120, Floyd, because you the best. Just tell me who this dude fought that was worth it. Nate Robinson? That Cassie, whatever that the other brother? Whoever they fought. Who? Ain't none of them stepped in the professional ring. None of them. And I salute Nate Robinson for having the guts and the nuts to get up in the ring with him. But at the end of the day, there's so many professional fighters and amateurs that's coming up in the rankings that you destroying and taking away from the history of boxing, what boxing meant. Floyd, you can't let people get underneath your skin and then throw money in your face, and you do it. Because everything that you stood for and you fought from the amateur ranks and your father and them brought you all the way up to, you kind of just gave it a black eye, because this dude is getting more money than the pound for pound. And the reason why I say he's getting more money, because it took Canelo Alvarez darn nearly 20 years in boxing to get his first $30 million check. Now I'm kind of seeing what people saying about you, Mr. Mayweather. Come on, dude, you are beyond means filthy rich. You can't get me off of my pedestal. I'm not finna sell out what I done fought for all my life to put somebody on my level. If that's the case, Floyd, I bet you any amount of money if you say you gonna fight either Canelo or the Charlo brothers or EJ or Terrence Crawford. Two of them is the Charlo twins, one is Canelo, and then one is EJ. I guaranteed you, even with you being out of boxing all the time, you've been out of boxing with revenue way more money than what you just did with him. But you just, all of those guys that look up to you, Floyd, you just disrespected them. You just told all of them all that hard work and dedication that you be screaming that they putting in don't mean nothing. You got a smoke Joe, and I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. Buckeye, Harvard, Miles, Kinsman. I went to East Tech High School and John Hay. King Kennedy Project, Quincy, Huff, Harvard, Woodhill Park. And anything in Cleveland I can tell you about, from the rooter to the tutor, Hot Sauce William, Whitmore, all of those. Hamilton, John F. Kennedy, John Marshall, Garfield Elementary, South High School, off of Broadway. I ain't giving no accolades to this because this is very disrespectful to the sport of boxing. I'm speaking up for these brothers that's putting their lives out on the line. They could be murdered. They could be paralyzed for the rest of their life. They probably can't even speak. Matter of fact, Floyd, you got hand problems from this. You got hand problems from busting cats upside their head. We ain't gonna talk about the fighters that died in the ring. And then this dude deserved $20 million? Come on, y'all, $20 million? And then his brother that ain't even fighting you, the brother that's not fighting you, just got a multi-deal with Showtime. Say, Adrian Broner, bro, I'm behind you 150%. This is bullshit. This is straight BS and this is straight bullshit. And this need to stop. And I'm telling you right now, this is something that you fighters start suppressing Floyd. Floyd, let me see you go fight Terrence Crawford or EJ or either one of the Charlo twins. Forget it. Let's see you give Canelo Alvarez a second fight. All the commentators and everybody say, if you couldn't beat Floyd then, what makes you beat him now? Since you fighting this exhibition because of the money, we know why you fight me, because you know you don't stand a chance. So it's really like free money to you. But what also you doing, you disrespecting the fellow fighters. Joe Louis, all of them people. Sugar Ray Robinson, Sugar Ray Leonard, Thomas Hearn, Roberto Duran, Marvin Hagler, Larry Holmes, Ernie Shavers, Ken Norton. I can continue. Little Danny Red Lopez. I'm 51 years old. I've been around boxing a long time. Azuma Nelson, all of those guys. Aaron Pryor, Hawk Time. They used to say, what time is it? Hawk Time. I even take you back with Mark Too Sharp Johnson from DC. All of these fighters. This is disrespect to the sports. And whatever governing body sanctioned this, where's y'all morals at? Y'all are jeopardizing a non-experienced man to jump in the ring with a professional fighter. That's where's the safety for him? Something can happen to him real bad. Then if he turn around and sue y'all asses, y'all gonna be mad. But whatever governing body sanction is, y'all need to stop that. Y'all should have told him no. This is not right. I don't care how much money you revenue. At the end of the day, you don't got enough professional fights to be in the ring with Floyd Mayweather. Man, this is an exhibition. Everybody that fought in the amateurs, we all know what an exhibition is. It don't count against your record or nothing. It don't mean nothing. But now, Floyd, you put a price tag on it, and now you giving cats an exhibition fight worth $20 million, and then here's world champions. World champions can't even get a $20 million fight. Because guess what? Bob Arums and people like that, he's not worth it. He's a YouTuber. It's very easy to get people to watch your YouTube. That don't mean you're a professional fighter. That's not a professional fighter. It's not fair to the sports. And this have to stop. Floyd, come on, man, you gotta stop this, bruh. You kind of now to me looking like you're selling your soul for money. Because you're telling all of these up-and-coming fighters, this Paul or Jake Paul or whatever his name is, he's worth more than them. And he ain't. He fight anyone in those four that I just named to y'all, and there's plenty of more I can name. And I can take you so far back into boxing, if you think I don't know my boxing, man, put me on one of y'all pedestals and run y'all tests. I'm gonna ace every last one of them. Every last one of them. It's gotta stop, man. This is cold, man. This is so disrespectful. And check this out. I won't even give you one red penny. One red penny. I ain't gonna even turn the TV on. I don't even care to hear the results. Because at the end of the day, my boxing fighters that fight every day to put food on the table, that's who I'm speaking up for. Like Mikey Garcia said, with him and Manny Pacquiao, they discussing going back and forth over the money. And they probably offered Mikey Garcia probably $5 or $6 million. You mean to tell me the Paul brothers worth more than Mikey Garcia? More than Errol Spence? More than the Charlo twins? Y'all, you just put him on the same pedestal as Canelo. Canelo signed, what was it, 35 million or 30 million he's supposed to have been doing with Golden Boy and all of that? And for this dude to get 20 million, you just put him on his pedestal. $20 million. For $20 million, Floyd, I know a lot of well-capable professional pro fighters that would fly into the ring for 20 million and fight you. And I've had it wrong, that's 5. Because you got the Charlo twin, you got Terrence Crawford, you got EJ, and then you got Enos. Boots. I forgot about him. Shouts out to you, Boots. Love the work you're putting in, my brother. Keep doing what you're doing. Yeah. Would love to jump in the ring. And you know how this is, Floyd. You're a promoter. Y'all go back and forth over the money. This dude ain't worth it, man. Come on. I'm asking you personally, Floyd. Stop doing this, man. Stop doing this. Because this boxers out. You got young kids that's 5 and 6 years old lacing up their gloves, looking up to you, that deserve that type of money. I gave you 5 fighters that deserve that money. Even your fighter, Tank Davis, is worth way more than him. But I bet you Tank Davis ain't getting no fight for 20 million. I can tell another one, Devin Haney. That's way more worth more than that one. He ain't got to fight for 20 million. And I'm naming off world champions that whoops ass. All right.